Sure thing, Tanu.
So, hi everybody. Welcome to the Tea with TEDxSatyawatiCollege. I extend a very warm welcome to all of you and to Harsh Jain, a young entrepreneur changing lives. So, join the previous episode. Tea with TEDxSatyawatiCollege extend opportunities to youthful minds with exhilarating stories or experiences or instances which can bring some kind of into the society somehow. So this is one of those sessions, and today we are here to hear the story of Harsh and hear his idea worth spreading. So Harsh, first of all, what is your idea worth spreading?
Okay, so stay hungry, stay foolish. Like that's the thought I live by.
That's great. So to introduce you all to Harsh, Harsh has always been a daydreamer. He loves to daydream. He's like the Ishaan of Taare Zameen. He's always lost weaving beautiful scenes and beautiful thoughts in his mind. Also, he's a rare life problem solver and he loves to solve problems. Which is why since the age of 14, he has been a helping hand to his father in solving real business problems. Is that correct?
Yeah, Tanu, that's correct.
Yeah. So, talking about solving problems, he's currently also solving the problem of lack of opportunities for visually impaired people by giving them live certification courses and a wholesome practical learning experience. So, to begin with, I would like to tell our audience about this great initiative of yours.
Okay, thank you, Tanu. Firstly, I express heartily gratitude to Derek Satyavati to give me this chance and thank you for welcoming me. So without wasting time, like I would just mention like what we does is as a my what my startup does. Okay, so firstly I will introduce by the name itself. Like Escape is in itself like is very inspiring to me and to any person out there. Okay, like it's a combination of two words like elevate and fate. So it combination of those two words give us the meaning of like growing until you not achieve your destiny. So like that's what we live by. Okay, like being a lifelong learner is what the dream of every person. Either he is been training at. Hello, oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know like how I lost my connection, but
Sure.
I guess I'm really sorry to the audience also. Like I don't know, but I hope like you will understand.
Yeah, it's okay. It can happen to everybody. It's no big deal.
Yeah. So I was telling you guys about like what SFA does is. So I told you like what it communicates, and in exact term, we help resilient people achieve their dream careers. So we do this by providing them live certification courses among several unconventional domains such as like data analytics, digital marketing, entrepreneurship in general also. So we do this by providing them live certification training, and also once they have trained, we place them by giving them some internship or some job in pursue in the fields like content marketing, etc., so that they can put whatever they have learned through our training. So that's what we do as Askafit.
So, when did you realize that you want to be an entrepreneur? Has it like always been your dream, or was it like a gradual process of realization?
Okay, so this is a little bit of mixed feelings. So the realization of being an entrepreneur came very much later in my life, like during the first year of my college. But the innate capabilities were always there. Okay, for example, like I always love to initiate, lead, and when we were playing the game of football or cricket, okay, I always love to indulge in like the thoughts of daydreaming and just I used to like just first connect one problem which was just going there in my life or in my father's business, and during the sessions like of the classes which I didn't like in my school, like I used to involve in daydreaming and figuring out what could be the right set of solution for that thing. So the innate capabilities were always there, but the realization came very later in my life, because like maybe during that time I didn't even knew the meaning of the word entrepreneur, or like like the meaning of what startup is in general. I was not aware much about like the how to do business, how to grow a startup, or how to even start a startup. Okay, So like those things were there. So the realization came much later in my life, but I can say the capabilities were always there. Okay.
And like it
So
was always there in your subconscious. You just didn't
yeah,
know
yeah,
that kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Okay, great. So, how did you have this idea in the first place? I mean, was there anything specific, a specific reason, or any particular incident that prompted you to pursue and proceed along this path?
yeah. Okay. So like there was an incident happened in the first year of my college. Okay. So like there was one of my friend like who is visually impaired in himself. Like we connected through one of the reward function. Okay. So like after 12, like there was one award function where we just connected and became good friends. Okay. So he studies in Colonial College and I in Satyavati. So like we develop a mutual relationship because we used to live together, like not in the same page but near about the same. Okay. So we used to connect together. We used to like we became ultimately good friends. So one day during the final afternoon, like he applied for one internship. Okay. Like he has the innate skills. Okay. So he applied to one internship and like he went all the way traveling to Dhaka just for giving an interview. Like traveling in itself is too much of a difficult problem for a visually impaired person. Okay. Like it takes a lot of uh like it comes with a lot of problem. Okay. Like finding the right person who can help you through.
So, it might be very difficult for them too.
Yeah. Hello. Did I miss something?
No, no, please go on.
Okay. So like he reached there and the interview panel like didn't even consider his application just because like he was a visually impaired. Okay. Like they didn't even took his application forward. They didn't even gave a look onto his CV. Okay. So that was like disaster for him. Okay. Like he came back in his PG, then he called me because like I was his constant companion. Okay. So I went there, like I consoled with him and we were just one of the session like where we were discussing this problem. We came on to the point like where we discuss like if you as a person who has the right set of skill does not get internship or job opportunity in that particular field, so just think about other visually impaired person who might not have those much skill. So what might be the situation with them? Like it would be like very much disaster for them. So we came like that was the eureka moment. So we decided to do something for them, so that they can also thrive into the like world which is going to be out there. So they can also find some right unconventional career opportunities. So we decided to do something for them. So we started as like infotech for visually impaired. Like that was like very long name, but like we started with that and we didn't provided like the trainings which we provide right now. We provided them with the trainings like spoken English, like basic computer training, etc. And we just did that through like a WhatsApp group and Skype calls. Okay. But like the response rate was like very much large. Like we got 100 customer in very first batch itself. Like even through we operated through a WhatsApp group or Skype calls. Okay. So we then slowly like gradually increased our trainings onto much more unconventional thing because there are more than two, like the problem is very really great. I would like to explain it. So like there are more than 2 million visually impaired persons in India, like, and more than 30% of them belongs to the category of students and working professionals, and those who are working on the jobs like call center, etc. So what is going to happen in like couple of years, like with the AI and ML coming to the picture, like those are the jobs which are first in the line to get automated. Okay. So like the job which like the visually impaired people like got most of these kind of job itself because like it was easy for them to do it. So once these job will be automated, they won't have any opportunity out there and their world will be like throttled. Okay. So like we decided, yes, the problem is going to much bigger in the future, so let's do something like unconventional which train them and make them ready for the future skills, like let's say data analytics, digital marketing, etc. So like we then decided to bring these courses ultimately, and that's why we rebranded ourselves as Escapade, because we thought like, yes, this is the right communication which we want to give to the people out there. So this is how like the incident happened, and then we gradually like grew to where we are today.
Lovely. Actually, initially it started with the heartbreaking instance, but it gradually turned
Yeah,
into a lovely story. So it's all well when it ends well, right?
yeah, Tanu.
So there's so much way to be happy yourself and of making others happy in the process. You must get a lot of appreciation for this, right?
Yeah, you know, but maybe.
I know you do. So how does that, to be able to know that at such a young age you are doing something so commendable?
Okay, firstly, thanks for the appreciation. But like coming to the question, yeah, I feel good. But the good part does not comes from like seeing, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. I don't have any boss over me. Like I'm leading people older than me. Like legit, the good part does not come from those things. Okay. So like, I would just like to mention like what Steve Jobs said, like, I don't want to be the richest man in the cemetery. Like going to bed late at night and telling to yourself like, yes, you have done something wonderful. Is that what matters to me? And like, I kind of relate to that because like those things does not bring happiness and like feel good feelings for me because like I don't know, like those are never the base of entrepreneurship. Like seeing like, yes, I have made a difference into the life of visually impaired, or placing them into some of the agency of digital marketing or analytics, into some of the unconventional job role, solving their problem is what makes me like happy and feel good about myself. So, and that's the base of entrepreneurship. Like you never become an entrepreneur to be your own boss. You become an entrepreneur to solve the problem out there in the world. So it's just you work for people, even though like there's no boss over you. So that's the base of entrepreneurship.
And so righteously said that no act of kindness is too small to have an impact. And yours is not even a little one, it's a great deal.
Yeah,
So,
just trying to make a difference.
yeah. So, what are the do's and don'ts of helping visually impaired people? I mean, what are the best possible ways to make them feel, to make them not feel excluded? In fact, make them as inclusive.
Okay, so like this is pretty much like you gotta take care of this thing. Like you gotta be empathetic at the same time, and does not even like making them feel yeah you are being empathetic or paying pity to them. Okay, like there is a thin line you gotta maintain that. Okay, so I'll give you like 3 4 do's and don'ts which I have figured out throughout my life interacting with visually impaired persons out there. Okay, so the very first thing is like always introduce yourself to them. Okay, just even if they know you, just go there and introduce yourself like yes, I'm Harshan. And like if they don't know you initially, and if they know you, just go and introduce once again like, yes, I'm Harsh and I'm here to help you. Okay, so always introduce yourself. And if there is a companion with them, so do not keep talking to the companion, just talk to them directly. Because if you're talking to the companion, like that might feel not so good to them because you're not talking to directly, and ultimately making them feel bad about themselves. Okay, so those are some things you gotta take care of. Another very important thing is like because most of the people indulge this kind of ad, like they try to help with them the directions. Okay, so don't say words like go there or it's over there. Just give very specific direction. Okay, like it's to the right of you, like 3 feet apart, or something very specific, because like they don't know what's over there, like where to go. So be very specific, like go straight or go right or go left, turn around and go 5 feet and you will find a destination. Something like these specifics you should use so that they understand what you're literally trying to say. And
Yeah.
when you leave, always mention that I'm about to leave and I'm going, so that they know you have left. Okay, so these are some of the basic things you gotta take care of. And like the ultimate thing will come from if you won't make them feel like they are different. Just interact with them just like a normal person, and that's it.
Yeah, like be very precise with them.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that is nicely put. And I hope everybody who is listening will take care of such things, and I'll too. And I hope I'll do right by them. So
Yeah.
now I would like to, oh God, I'm so sorry. I
No,
would
no,
like to
sorry.
tell all of you that Harsh is a very skilled person. He is skilled in imagination and analytics, growth and strategy, Googling and marketing. He loves to solve riddles and play chess because he gets bored very easily. Also, he considers himself a forever learner, which is why right now also he's learning and exploring the field of data analytics, finance, and accounting. And he's a footballer as well. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah, I love to play football.
It's like a cup of tea, yeah, with the service of one person. So,
Okay, so
anyway, from analytics to accounting and from playing chess to playing football, you are quite a versatile person. So, where
yeah,
does
yeah.
this come from? Of always wanting to try, learn, and explore new things. Where does that come from?
Yeah, so this is an interesting question. So I want to break them into two parts. Like one is about exploring and one is about learning things. So like exploration of new things come with like meeting new people. Okay, like uh, like for example of accounting. Like I met one of the best teacher of accounting and I gradually interacted with him and I developed like love with accounting. Okay, so like about exploring new things came to me like by meeting new people. Okay, and learning those new things ultimately come when you develop love with those things. Okay, so for instance you have mentioned like analytics. Okay, so for analytics, like Satya Nadella introduced me the concept of analytics when I was just reading his autobiography. Okay, like hitting refresh. Okay, so he introduced the topic of analytics, like how through analytics beautiful things can be done. Okay, for instance they have made something, a technology which has accessed the data of 40 years like about earthquake, etc., and now they are like with 100% accuracy are able to predict like the earthquakes and are able to save 40,000 lives. That an achievement in itself. Okay, so like Satya Nadella introduced the concept of analytics to me, and slowly when I start learning those things and when I learn more practical stuff about those things, I start loving them and learning them. Like same happened with me about accounting. Okay, like sir introduced me the concept of accounting, and like I consider myself to the luckiest because he used to like compete with me. Okay, he introduced a topic in the class, and I was like a very competitive person, so I used to solve 20-30 question daily of accountancy, which is an achievement in itself, because you know like how accounting, like making tables in itself. So it a single question take around 30 minutes for, so if it's a full-fledged one. Okay, so like I used to get into those things, solving 20-30 question daily to be ahead of the teacher, so that like I be ahead of the class itself. So like, and sir used to appreciate it, so that's why I love to do it. And talking about football, like my dad introduced football to me, and Cristiano Ronaldo like helped me develop that love for the football. So it's always about like meeting new people, so that you get the idea of what's there going on to the world, and you get to explore a lot, and then developing love with them. Then only you can be an expert onto those fields, then only you can learn those things like gradually. And from the audience itself, like I have learned like networking through Bhumika, Manvi, and Arshita out there. So like just from every single person you can learn something, like whether it be like so small as networking. So just meet new people, explore new things, and develop love with those things. Then only you can be the greatest among that particular field. So that's what I feel like. You gotta meet new people and love those things. That's the start of greatness.
Yeah, actually, it's said na, if you are the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room.
Yeah, like I would like to say be the stupidest person in the room, because like it's the start of the smartness, because you might be in the room of full of the CEOs and you might not know the technical terms, and you would just nod your head. Okay, yeah, like I understand this term, I understand this term, and after the meeting ends, after the like conference, and you never knew a single thing and you will be blank. Okay, so it's better to be stupid and ask as many questions as in like as you can in the room, so that you get yourself aware about those many things out there going on to the conference room or in the meeting out there. And ultimately after learning those things, you are ultimately becoming smart. Okay, so
Like,
that's how you are going to be the smartest in the room. So just be stupidest and ask as many questions you can. Be curious. Okay, even like googling is one of the best skill everyone should have. Okay, mentioning that in your CV can increase your chances of being recruited. Okay, so like googling uh, is like relates to being curious. So through Google you can learn anything. So just by Google it and find the answer.
that's how you go the long.
Yeah, just be curious and develop love towards the thing, and you will be soon achieving greatness and being the pinnacle of whatever you're learning.
Actually, inquisitiveness is a really great quality to have in a person.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was lovely to hear from you, to hear all these experiences and instances. Now, I would like to audience to in your questions if you have any. Drop your question. Does anybody have any question? Can you see any questions? I no questions yet. Okay, so there's a question from Mishti. Have work-life balance?
Okay. So like it's a very typical question I heard, and even I try to find the answer out there so many times, but I can just boil it down into a single thing. Okay, just firstly figure out what you love. Okay, because like 90% of your life is going to devote it on the thing like for example, if you went on a job, so around 60-72% of yourself is going to be devoted on that. Okay, so if you don't love what you are doing, then you are not, never going to achieve that balance, because you will be always figuring out the right thing possible into that. Okay, so firstly figure out like what you love doing, and then just start doing it, because like achieving work life balance means like being happy at the same time and being as much productive and bringing the right work to the table. Okay, so you can achieve both of the things if you can figure out what you love doing. Okay, because if you love doing something, then you will be happy ultimately. Okay, for example, talking about me, I love being creative. I love solving problems. So even if I solve a case study, even if I solve a riddle, so that's a work life balance for me, because like doing that particular thing is making me happy, and it's like it's giving butterflies to my heart whenever I reach to a solution. So just figure out what you love doing and just devote your time to that, because like that's ultimately a work life balance you can achieve.
Yeah, it takes which you want to be in.
Yeah, just try and figure out, like even if it takes month to figure out what you love, because like as I said, like most of your part is going to give to that, like most of your life is going to be on that, like whatever you will be working on. So if you don't love what you do, then the life is not going to be good, and you may never achieve that work life balance. So even if you are going to devote 1 month figuring out what you love, that's a right investment for that.
In fact, you're gonna be miserable after a certain period of time.
Yeah. And like someone asked, like what's the name of my organization? It Escafit, ESCAFET. You can visit the website escafit.com and can check who we are. And you can visit the LinkedIn pages or Instagram pages.
Yeah, follow
How
him,
to stay
please.
motivated always, like I guess, like
Ayushi has asked how to stay this motivated always.
I already mentioned that, like just figure out what you love, and that will be the motivation in itself. Okay, because like I can work my ass off. I might be using foul language here, but legit I can work my ass off 14 hours, 15 hours doing the thing which I love, and that's where the motivation comes from. If I don't like to be a marketer and I'm doing a marketer, then after watching hundreds of like motivating content, I won't get motivated. I might be okay. I want to do this now. I watched a one YouTube video. I got the motivation, and that's there for 30 minutes, and then there is again need of motivation if you don't love uh, doing what you are doing. Okay, so firstly just figure out what you love doing, and then there won't be any need of motivation. Even if it's about studying, like even if you're solving a problem of maths, first develop that love with the mathematics, or whatever, it's economics, accountancy. Develop that love, and then ultimately you will be in that process. You will be like devoting most of your time into that stuff, because you love those things. You love solving problems. You love figuring out the solution to that. So just develop love with the things, figure out what you love doing, and just devote your time to that, and you will never need any inspiration or motivation out there.
Yeah, you won't feel.
Yeah, like because like obviously like motivation is going to end at a particular time. It might last 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and 1 hour to the most, and then you will again need another video. So better to figure out what you love and just devote your time to that, and that's how motivation and inspiration will come from with it.
True words. Okay, rest are appreciative text. You are amazing. Yes, love what you do and do what you love.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, so I think that's all of the questions. It
Any
was
other question for
great to
me?
have you here with us, Harsh. It was a pleasure to hear from you.
Because I'm running out of data. Okay.
So thank you, Harsh, for being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tanu, and again, I express my hearty gratitude to you and to TEDxSatyawati for giving me this chance. And thank you to each one who joined, and I express hearty gratitude to them too for being there till the end and listening to me. I hope I'm able to add a scintilla of value to your life.
Right. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a great future ahead, and I wish you